Gora, 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 Gora Hare.
Welcome to the podcast of Dhirasanta Dasa Goswami.
Does God exist? If so, how can we understand God?
A man went to a barber shop to have his hair cut and his beard trimmed. As the barber started to work, they began to have a good conversation. They talked about so many things and various subjects. When they eventually touched the subject of God, the barber said,
"I don't believe that God exists." "Why do you say that?"
asked the customer.
"Well, you have to go out in the street to realize that God doesn't exist. Tell me, if God exists, would there be so many sick people? Would there be abandoned children? If God existed, there would be neither suffering nor pain. I can't imagine a loving God who would allow all these things to happen."
The customer thought for a moment, but didn't respond because he didn't want to start an argument. The barber finished his job, and the customer left the shop. Just after he left the barber shop, he saw a man in the street with long, straggly, dirty hair and an untrimmed beard. He looked filthy and unkempt. The customer turned back and entered the barber shop again, and he said to the barber,
"You know what? Barbers do not exist." "How can you say that?"
asked the surprised barber.
"I am here, and I am a barber, and I just worked on you." "No, barbers don't exist, because if they did, there would be no people with dirty long hair and untrimmed beards like that man outside." "Ah, but barbers do exist. What happens is people do not come to me." "Exactly," affirmed the customer. "That's the point. God does also exist, but people do not look for him or go to him for shelter. And that's why there is so much pain and suffering in the world."
The first astronaut who went out into space came back and proclaimed, "I have been out into space, but I did not see God. Therefore, he does not exist." Once my guru, Srila Prabhupada, was challenged by a guest who said, "If God exists, then show me God." Srila Prabhupada said, "Why you cannot see God? God can be seen everywhere. Krishna's display of opulence is all around us. It is not difficult to see that through Krishna's various potencies, many wonderful phenomena occur in this world, such as a spider weaving a web, a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And what about a hummingbird flying backwards, and countless other wonders? God's artistic ability can be seen in the form of beautiful birds, such as the parrot, the peacock, and the flamingo. Among all the animals, the proud and majestic lion becomes their king. The cow is sacred and very dear to Krishna. From just eating grass and water, the peaceful cow produces milk, giving us cream, butter, ghee, cheese, and yogurt. Using these ingredients, we can prepare delicious meals without harming animals. From the rich earth sprouts healing herbs and nourishing vegetables. During the day, the warm sun ripens the fruits, while at night the moon's cooling rays give flavor to the vegetables. He has many practical energies at work too. For instance, trees breathe fresh air into the world, freely give their fruit, shade, and shelter from the storms. Trees never complain. They even give their own bodies for fuel. Rain also nourishes the soil and provides clean water to drink. In the Sri Upanishad, it is mentioned, Om Purnamada Purnamidam, Purnat Purnam Udachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnam Eva Vishishyate. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. In the Bhagavad-gita also Krishna mentions, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. In Srila Prabhupada's purport, he mentions, in the beginning of creation, there was only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no water, no fire, no moon, no heaven and earth, no stars in the sky, and no sun. Also in the Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, who has a body of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He has no beginning, for he is the beginning of everything. He is the cause of all causes. God's creation is perfect because he is perfect. Because he is perfect, emanations from him are also perfect and complete. To live happily, we must be in harmony with nature. The more we go against nature's laws, the more we suffer the consequences. We are the makers of our own destiny. Imagine if a message suddenly flashed on the sky.
Due to a technical fault, the supply of oxygen will remain unavailable for some time throughout the world. Next update in 1 hour.
What would happen to us? There wouldn't be just utter chaos, but soon the earth will become a graveyard. Not even the vultures and jackals could be alive to feast on the dead bodies. Has this ever happened? Never. Can it happen in the future? Well, skeptics and agnostics may say yes, but it has never happened in millions of years, and so will never happen ever, because the Lord's creation is flawless and His day-to-day management is perfect. But the style amongst non-believers who, when they see something wrong in society, try to put the blame on God.
If God is so perfect and made everything perfect, then why are we suffering? He must be cruel.
In other words, they put the blame on God. But we turned our backs on Krishna despite the availability of Him to present Himself. It means we are hard-hearted. When there are natural disasters that disrupt the lives of many hundreds of people, those who have no faith will say,
How God could let something like this happen?
However, a devotee will answer,
God is deeply saddened by this, just as we are. But for years, we've been telling God to get out of our schools, get out of our government, and get out of our lives. And being the gentleman that He is, He does not interfere.
how can we expect God to give us His blessings and protection if we demand that He leaves us alone? The biggest insult of them all is to claim He had no part in the creation of this world, and instead propagate an insane idea that life is an accident and that everything came about by a big explosion. George Harrison highlighted his own conviction in a song called If Not For You. Here's the song.
If not for you, Krishna, I couldn't even find the door. I couldn't even see the floor. I'd be sad and blue if not for you.
If not for you, Krishna, the night would see me wide awake. The day would surely have to break. It would not be new if not for you.
If not for you, my sky would fall. Rain would gather too. Without your love, I'd be nowhere at all. I'd be lost if not for you.
If not for you, the winter would hold no spring. Couldn't hear a robin sing. I just wouldn't have a clue if not for you. The gift of existence. There lived a sadhu who regularly used to give discourses. One day, at the end of one such lecture, he was highlighting the importance of being grateful to existence, emphasizing that we should operate from a space of gratitude, as this will allow us to be in tune with reality. A beggar was sitting in a corner and listening to the discourse, and came up to the sadhu and said, "Maharaj, your talk was great, but there is one thing I am not able to do. You said to be grateful to the existence because it has always showered benedictions on us. Sorry, but life has not given me anything. I am struggling even for one slice of bread." The sadhu then suggested, "I will give you a large sum of money, but I want something in return from you." "I do not have anything. What can I give you? If I have something, I will give you," said the beggar. "I won't ask you anything that you do not have," said the sadhu. With the agreement finalized, the sadhu said, "I will make arrangements for the money. Please give me both your eyes." The beggar was astonished. "What will I do with this money without my eyes?" "I do not agree to the deal," he said. I prefer my 2 eyes to the money." The sadhu said, "But you said you don't have anything, and were cursing existence." We have 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs, a stomach. We are already multi-millionaires, but all these gifts we do not see.
For the beggar, money was very important. But seeing is such a great gift of existence. We can hear, we can talk, we can walk. All these are great gifts which existence has given us. We are normally focused on what is missing in our life. However, the moment we start operating from what existence has already given us, we will always remain grateful throughout our life and remain content in any situation. Another verse from the Bhagavad-gita by Lord Krishna. Sarva yonishi kuntaya murtaya sambhavanti ya tasam brahma mahadmyonir aham bija pada pita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father. Throughout the world, there is production of large-scale industrial and agricultural products. However, despite such productive capacities, there is scarcity because the world population is full of thieves. The Vedas explain men are transformed into thieves when they plan economic development for sense gratification. At the root of so-called scarcity and need is exploitation of one nation by another. Driven by rampant consumerism, it seems we are insatiable for more and more technological marvels, for gas-guzzling cars, exotic foods, the latest in fashion, and yet another pair of shoes. But do we really need all this? Can it ever make us truly happy? So it is the endless stream of material desires and our vain attempt to satisfy them that destroy our peace of mind, impelling us to excessively exploit the earth for her precious resources. Thus we create an imbalance which in turn creates poverty for so many. The fact is that human life has a higher purpose, and by minimizing our material needs, we simplify life and free time for spiritual practices. By such practice, we reduce our desires and become peaceful. City life, with its noise, pollution, crime, and poverty, could be seen as the result of man's denial of God's perfectly balanced paradise in the country. The Vedas, like other holy books, advise us to look after the resources of nature. They recommend ahimsa, non-violence, and warn us of the consequences of wastage, pollution, and cutting down forests. The earth belongs to God and can provide abundance for everyone.
Mahatma Gandhi once said, "There is enough for everyone's need, but not for their greed. As humans, therefore we can enjoy nature's gifts, giving for us our health and happiness."
So, in conclusion, how to see God and know He is beside you? This is Lord Krishna's final word. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. And my own observation, my own personal experience, when I first started practicing the path of bhakti in 1972, I remember in a morning class my Guru Maharaj saying, "Don't try to see God, but act in such a way that God can see you." After 50 years of practicing bhajan and sharing these teachings with others, many things happened that I know are not accidental, but which are arranged by Krishna. I think everyone can experience this. If you become a little eager to search for God, then suddenly extraordinary things start happening in your life. The moment you have some genuine desire to please God, some genuine feeling for Him, there will immediately be response, an answer to all problems of life. But if you have no desire and no genuine feelings, except to enjoy the kingdom of God without Him, then for you the land of jewels will turn into the land of stone and dust.
Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal, Govinda Govinda Gopal, Krishna Govinda Govinda Gopal, Govinda Govinda Gopal, 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 Gopal.